Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Netflix's new thriller and science fiction film, Spiderhead. And this is based off of the short story by George Saunders and was adapted by Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick, who had previously written on the Deadpool films. And this is directed by Joseph Kosinski, who's having a big year with Top Gun Maverick, and taking his talents to this film starring Chris Hemsworth as an eccentric and strange rich man named Stephen Abnesti, who is doing all these experiments on prisoners, manipulating their emotions through drugs and using their phones to be able to change the amount of dosage, manipulating them, putting them in different situations, trying to control if they find each other attractive and start having sexual relations with each other, having them become in immense pain. And you have a lot of sequences in this film of you have Hemsworth and Mark Pagulio, who plays Verlaine, who is kind of like his helper, and they're sitting there checking in, manipulating these situations, and you have these two prisoners who build a connection with each other, played by Miles Teller and Jurnee Smollett. And Jeff and Lizzie are two characters that we get to spend a decent amount of time with. We could feel their connection. I bought into it. I thought that they were a good pair on screen. And I think this film really soars in these moments where the actors are really selling these crazy changes in emotions. You buy into these moments in this testing chamber. It just, over the course of the film, there's a lot of high moments. There's also a lot of shaky moments. And I don't think this film ever digs deep enough to what it's trying to say. I feel like it hints at what it's thematically. It's either hinting at it or at the climax of the film just coming full blunt exposition dump on you of exactly what's going on here, and there's no real balance in between there. And I also feel like tonally this film goes all over the place, and Kosinski seems to struggle with having these really serious and emotional moments, but also trying to have a climax of this film where there's a lot of comic relief that feels extremely out of place and not very effective. And, you have a lot of towards the end, you have some physical altercations and stuff like that. They're a little over-edited for my taste in terms of action. But this film really rises on a collection of scenes that hit deeply and hit emotionally. One of which is a flashback to why Jeff is as a prisoner. You have one particular moment of one of these experiments gone wrong that gets really intense, and Chris Hemsworth is having a ball in this film. He gets to sell some certain changes in his character in the final 20 minutes of the film that are actually really fun to watch him try to balance everything. But really, it's Miles Teller, it's Jurnee Smollett, it's Hemsworth. They're the ones who sell this film. And in general, I feel like everything balances out to make a passable science fiction thriller here. And it has such a great concept, but it never feels like it fully hits in the places where it really should and could hit deeply and thematically and have such an impact. But it mostly focuses on surface level kind of things. But, it's a fine stream that you can have on Netflix. I don't think this is going to blow too many people away, but I think it'll have some of its champions and, some of its detractors. But those are my thoughts on Spiderhead. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.